Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hate you. I knew that's exactly what you were talking about. We are back in game with no surprise and no lies. This is a replay cast. All the games tonight for Group A are replay casts because some players weren't able to attend live here today. The giggling you hear in the background is not coming from myself or Fear Dragon, but indeed the guy playing the game at hand. He's so good at this game, he's able to commentate at the same time. Hendralisk, welcome to the cast.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, the guy I'm playing right now.
Henry, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, the probe just got on my face. Hold on, I gotta deal with that harass.
Guys, for the record, don't worry. He's not actually like stream cheating or anything. These are replays. He's actually coming on after the fact, but Hendralisk.
So, look, Huck probe scouts me really fast, and he gets to my base in the first try. And what he does is try to target down one of the drones. So, good for him. So
good for him.
Harass. Usually Protoss players give up, but he's persistent. He tries to get the drone.
So what I love right now, by the way, is like this. This is just like stream commentary. Is what I'm just like imagining you streaming right now.
This is what it's like to be on Hendralisk's stream when he's playing.
No, he actually does have good commentary. It's not entirely a joke here, but we'll do the intros here for the sake of the stream real quick, guys. Spawning the left-hand side of Catalina real quick. Oh, is that drone going to die? We'll find out in a second because it is. Ooh,
no, it's my drone. Of course, it doesn't die.
Yo, 2 HP. The light blue Zerg player from Complexity, Hendralisk. Of course it doesn't die. The freaking ego on this guy.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner. It is going to be the red Protoss player representing Team Evil Geniuses. It is Huck.
Boo.
Okay, so
as Huck in on here.
As Fear Dragon got all, yeah, just like have them like totally crap talk the entire match. Forget actually casting. Actually, that's a pretty fun idea for a series. I'm just saying. Anyways, as Fear Dragon nerdily pointed out before we got into the series, Huck is significantly up on Hendralisk when it comes to tournament victories. Hendralisk, I gotta ask you this question because we always talk about in the cast. Like, I feel you're one of those people who you can be an absolute god, reference versus Scarlet, but then other times you seem to like let tournaments get to you through nerves. Do you feel like that's what's happened in the past between you and Huck, or?
I don't know if nerves would be the right way to say it. More like mental block, maybe.
Yeah, mentality. That's probably what it should have said.
Yeah. Versus Huck, if I get in a good spot, I somehow throw the game away by not thinking. And Huck is a stylistic player, so one of the ways that you have to play against them is yeah, I mean you have to cater your playstyle versus him, and I just forget that every time. So maybe this game as well. So far what's happened in this game?
Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah, so far in this game he probe scouted me. He tried to kill the drone, but I killed his probe, so I'm already winning in the.
It's literally 1-0. It's literally 1-0.
Yeah, but I saw he went for Nexus first into Forge, so I took my third as you would versus a Forge Expand. It's just, on this map there's not many close patch minerals, so all your timings are a bit off, because you can't stack minerals as fast. And at the same time, I'm sending 2 Zerglings to scour the map, like for every corner, because Huck always hides a probe to sneak a pylon to forgate you or something.
Well, actually, so. I brought that with Hendralisk, or sorry, not Hendralisk, well, you're Hendralisk, with Fear Dragon before in that previous series, you know, that's Huck, you know, Frost, Catalina. He always seems to have like the most random pylon in the middle of nowhere, and like even the best players tend to miss it.
Yeah, versus Stuffy, he has a similar record versus him too, because usually he gets away with a pylon and then the 4-gate comes. Huck makes a lot of gateway units, so you have to be ready for that. And if the pylon's really close to your base, that means all of his units are going to spawn there, which is takes away Defender's advantage completely.
Yeah. Of course, that's usually the best thing of going to Zerg, you get all that production, but oh, surprise, 10 warpins. Yikes.
Yeah, so right now I'm just watching my own vision while I'm playing, of course, and I noticed that Huck took the natural gases and his natural, so this tells me I'm safe to go up the layer and drone up some more, because usually you're not going to follow up with a heavy gateway attack. However, this is Huck, so his gateways are finishing and the warp gate's going to finish soon, at a very early time I might add, because usually if you forgate from a Forge Expand, it's going to be about 8 minutes. For Huck, his warp gate's done at 7:30, so.
Well, I like that you did go for the earlier Roach Horn too, because defending a gateway attack, whether it's an all-in or not, is almost impossible with Lings sometimes. But the fact that you have Roaches out for this makes you feel pretty good about your odds.
here I see a pylon randomly appear out of the corner of my base. I'm like, oh, I thought I checked. And I guess not, because he snuck a probe by my Zergling somehow. At the same time, I have vision of his third base, so this tells me one, he's going to expand. It's just, this is an immediate threat I have to deal with right now. He warped in 4 Stalkers. Something State would do probably because he loves Stalkers so much. And my speed is far from being finished, so I'm going to lose a lot of units for free, even though it's on creep. It's just Stalkers can kite everything. As you can see, target fires and time warps too. Time warp is so good, oh my god. Good thing they're making it weaker, so...
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Now,
I don't know if you saw that post, 10 a.m.
And at the same time, Terran Widow Mine is going to be so good. And on Skype, like, we have a Zerg chat group, and Sue's in it. He says Terran's Oimba, blah blah blah. And then he's going to be like, he said, oh, this season GSL champion Terran, because Terran's so good. Anyways, back to the game. I'm making Roachling because of the pressure. I mean, if I can't kill the pylon, he just keeps warping in. Especially because he has the Stalkers alive. It's just now I'm able to kill most of the Stalkers, I would say.
Oh, I like that. He tried to go for the dive in the mothership, but that queen got so stuck.
I do want to ask, like, why the Overseer right then? Were you concerned about something?
Oh, just in case, because usually if someone forgates you, one of the follow-ups could be a DT. Okay, like they warp in Zealots and then DT suddenly. It's 3 DTs can probably kill your hat tree before your reactive Overseer can be finished.
Behind the site does finally get that third down, so I guess that Lingia down here got picked off or something. I wasn't looking down.
Yeah, and looking at the worker count, we're actually even, so I'm not doing that great. This means I have to either take my 4th and drone up like crazy, or I have to keep making units and deny his 3rd. And so far I'm thinking I should just keep making units because his 3rd, I see it's really exposed. I mean, it's not got a cannon, you can't use a gateway wall if like you couldn't overgrowth, for example. And his units, he's been warping in at my base the whole time, so that tells me at best he only has a few sentries. Or some kind of tech unit, like a 1 Immortal or 1 Void Ray.
Well, that is kind of Huck, right? Like, you know, he's the one to go for quicker blink and a lot of Stalkers. They're not really the sentry heavy build, so...
Yeah, she makes Stalkers and Zealots here. I should be able to do more damage, to be honest, but I think I messed up something. I always mess up things with Huck, so I have to be really careful next time when I play against him. So here I'm thinking, it's not so bad. Oh, he actually traps my guys. But then, I have the same amount of roaches as Stalkers, so... the trade can be not so bad, because the sentries actually die since they are exposed when they go out outside the natural. However, he did kill all the roaches in the high ground because of the force field. So at this point, I'm only up like 40 supply, which isn't that much considering we're same workers. So this means...
a little bit curious on the burrow choice here, because of course this is not a lot of sentries you're dealing with, right? So,
yeah,
what was the incentive to go for that burrow?
If I just... Burrow's just cheap and nice to have, so if I can kill this Nexus, which is what I'm contesting for, I'm just gonna burrow something there.
Oh wow,
and then
queens.
Go back. And yeah, I actually brought my queens over.
Yeah, the long trek. Jetsus are always gonna be nice. It's like having a whole extra roach.
Also, in case he had a Void Ray or something, I was just not sure. And here he has to give up his Nexus. It's just the whole time I've been even on workers. In fact, I'm trailing behind on workers, and now I'm droning up. But I did, I think, overcommit a bit on making an army. It looks good on paper if you can do this. It's just at this point, Protoss has been mining the same. I don't know how that queen walked there, but
she's an idiot. That's why.
If you mine the same amount as a Protoss player, like per minute, you're not doing that great. Even if you manage to do this. So at the whole time, I mean, during this whole time, I've had like a 40 supply worker lead, or army lead, I guess. Well, they're just in roaches, so you can easily catch up by having a favorable engagement, which you can do if you force field properly. So what I'm doing at the same time is I'm droning up my 3 bases to get Hydras out. At this moment, I actually...
That's just the fastest change loop we've ever seen. I've never seen someone drop all 4 at the exact same time.
Well, this one is a Hendralisk game. Anyways.
Yeah, the high BM, bro. I mean, look at that. That 180 is so sick.
Yeah, I brought a Zergling at his 3rd, but it's gonna die soon. And when it dies, it tells me he's gonna take the 3rd again. Just at this moment, he's still on 2 bases. So I'm just gonna make Hydras, because Hydras are good versus gateway units, which is what he has. Except now he killed it. So I know he's taking it 3rd, because Protoss won't stay on 2 base on gateway units this long, even if you're Huck. So he has to take the 3rd.
I like the choice of Hydras here a lot too. You've already seen the Immortals. You know this is going to be something necessary. I mean, Burrow will help for a little bit against the force fields, but you got to be able to snipe off that Observer too. So
yeah.
I kind of feel like you're getting all the right tools right now, but like you said before, it's going to be really difficult to get a favorable engagement against someone who's, well, quite frankly, Huck's caliber.
What I should be doing right now is getting Infestation Pit instead of just making Hydras not stop and trying to attack. Because if you attack, that's one way you can give the game back to him because his economy is so crippled. Like his third isn't mining right now because of how late it is. And here he got me when I wasn't looking because he has an observer over my army that I didn't notice. So he killed all my roaches for free and he's just gonna kill some more units for free. And at this moment it's just too late. I already lost because I lost a big chunk of my army that can't be replaced and Hydras can't retreat off creep. So just with some force fields, he was able to take a big chunk of my army. Here I see the observer blue, so I'm thinking that was really careless.
You do manage to kill all the sentries though, so I mean, yeah, you lost the army, but you do take out some of the most critical things to stop you from like
killed
surviving
like 5 units for 50 roaches. Good job.
I know, but I'm like now all of a sudden these lings you're making out of desperation will actually maybe be effective, right?
No, when Blink Stalkers, Zerglings are bad if they're not upgraded.
Oh, that's right.
Even if I have double the Zergling count.
Yeah.
Also, Zealots are just insanely strong too. One Zealot is like 10 Zerglings versus not upgraded. So, at this point, it's like, I'm just gonna make some units before EA moves me here and try to hold, but of course, it's not gonna be possible because I did start off the game on a low economy as well, and I can't, that's why I haven't been floating a bank the whole time because I can't afford to make units and also float a bank since my drone count was so low. I'm getting tunneling claws, but it doesn't matter if you have 10 roaches versus 50 stalkers. So again, this was a bad choice by me. I shouldn't have attacked him there because that move cost me the game by being careless off creep. I was just gonna poke a little and back off, but he caught me in the pants down.
This guy and his pylons, man, I'm just saying, like, he's like a ninja, seriously.
It's always right next to you.
Oh, I see the probe, so I'm thinking, oh, there's pylons near me. So now I send my units to get the pylons, but it doesn't matter, his army is too strong. I think ideally I should have Infestors or Vipers to deal with this mass gateway composition with a few Immortals.
Well, especially if you can get that sick fungal, like, what was it, 3 on the sentries to kill him?
Did he remake sentries? He did, oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I can't even beat half his army with my main army right now. You'll see. Oh, he didn't force field me immediately, but I couldn't have time to put my roaches in front of the Hydras if I wanted to catch him off guard. But yeah, that big move in the middle there earlier on was just too bad.
Yeah, we're seeing a prime example of the glass cannon effect of Hydras.
Yeah, so I lost the first game. I'm like, should have won that probably, because sometimes it's hard to know how many units you want to make when you cancel the third, like I did earlier. I just made, I think, 1 or 2 rounds of too many units, because even without the last road reinforcements, I could have canceled his third still. So there's no point in making the extra ones.
It's really looking forward to that burrow coming into effect, man.
So I have to ask, like, it's something that casters always speculate a lot about, is like, oh man, they just, like, you know, the player lost game 1 or something, and they're going to be thinking about what to correct in game 2. Like, did you feel like you had any kind of big takeaway lessons for game 2, or was it just pretty much, oh, I really shouldn't have attacked there, I'll just make sure I don't do something like that again?
Yeah, I change up what I do in game 2, actually. You'll see.
So here's the thing about Hendralisk too, at least from my experience. You go down a series, you tend to have a hard time with the rest of the series. This is the mentality thing I was referring to before. Every time I see you win your first game, man, you go on fire afterwards. So, like, if you weren't here, the first thing I'd be saying is, like, I'm a little bit worried for Hendralisk coming into game 2, right?
Perhaps. No one likes to lose the first game because you're thinking, I have to go 2 in a row, right? But if you have the cushion of having the first game, you can be like, hey, I can just choose the next one, then I have to win a best of 1 if it doesn't work. So, I think, oh, never mind.
I was gonna say, yeah, let's hop into the game. We can talk about more in a moment, guys. So, map intro for Nimbus starting up right now, and we'll see you guys here in 1 minute. Alright, welcome back to the match, guys. If you're just joining us here, this is the Winners Series. Currently going for Copa America Group A. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map, and also on the call, whoa, how's that possible? The light blue Zerg player, Hendralisk. Oh, you are changing it up, okay.
And his opponent spawning up here in the top left-hand corner as the red Protoss player representing Team Evil Geniuses, currently up 1-0. It is Huck.
Okay, so I know you're going to give us some really awesome commentary, and I love what you're doing, but before we even get into it, I got to ask, like, through combination Korean games, European games, like everything I've been casting, and I've been casting a lot, I've seen a lot of earlier pools come down on Nimbus, and I'm not sure I love the idea. I kind of feel like there's like some sort of metagame Ultra Z mentality where you think your opponent's going to take a fast natural. Is that why you go for this?
Yeah, it's Huck too, so he tends to go for fast Nexus. Like Axiom Protosses do that half the time. I would say Huck does that half the time too. That's why I get a Temple, because I think he's not going to be able to resist going for Nexus first. That's why I check the bottom right. I see no Nexus there. I already know he's not bottom right. That's why I sent my drone top left. Oh. And luckily for me, he wasn't cross spawn, because I was thinking cross spawn, the rush distance might be a bit further, so my Zerglings will take a bit longer to get there. And at this point, I'm just hoping he's top left. And I see the probe, so that confirms my suspicion. I don't know where the probe goes, because I think it just goes past my Zergling. And I see the gateway just started, and that means he did go for Nexus first, which means my Zerglings are on the way. I don't make more than 8, because you don't need to have that many, or you're gonna... If you have more, it's just
well, 8's gonna kill the pylon too. I mean, that's all you really need.
That's what I target, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you typically don't... If you jump to that probe line, you usually lose most of your lanes, in this low of a count at least.
Yeah, so you just pick off what you can and force them to come to you. In a normal map, you can go to the natural first, just because of how the maps work. But this is not a normal map. Here,
you know what? Yeah, I like the mineral locking at a Huck, I'm not gonna lie. Like, good snipe here with the pylon, you're gonna kill a couple of probes. But
that was a bit too many. I mean, he attacked me for a bit too long there. I actually didn't control my units properly, because versus Huck I always mess up. But I did, I think, get enough probes here, 7 in total, and we're even, except I have Larva Mechanics, so... This also means his tech's gonna be delayed, because he's gonna chrono boost probes non-stop, so you can't get like 2 gases and a core right away. And if we take a look, he's not even getting a core, because he has no money to make probes at this stage of the game. He's not even mining gas.
I like that you took your natural out here too, by the way. This is gonna really help that creep acceleration.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually, you know, I'm waiting to see more and more. It hasn't really caught on through Europe. I'm seeing Koreans do it. I'm seeing a couple of the North Americans do it, but yeah, a lot of the European games have been cast and people have not been too keen on taking this base as their natural, but I like it a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get into like one of these kind of leads after like this kind of opening, like what do you generally like to do? I mean, how do you generally decide what kind of follow-up to pick?
To be honest, when you get a lead, you can do a lot more variety just because of that. So here I check his gas. I see he doesn't even have 100 mines, so he's not gonna have Mothership Core anytime soon. He's not gonna have Sentry or like a Stalker to pressure. In fact, I don't think he wants to pressure, because he's the one that should be scared, because he's thinking I might just finish him off with like a Roach Holland or something. So this means I can just drone non-stop, and if I can drone non-stop, I can just do whatever I want.
Yeah, I just want to explain something here real quick too. Sorry, we got a couple people I guess joining us in the chat now. Hendralisk is the one commentating. He's the one with the low talking voice right now. He's a little bit sick, so it's awesome they chose to come on and help us do this. But yeah, this group was played through earlier in the week because some players weren't going to be able to be here live tonight. Players like Jim Rising in this group are heading off to Nation Wars to represent Team Mexico. So this is a rare opportunity where we can have one of the players explain their insight on the game. We don't know how the series goes. Hendralisk is the only one who does, because we haven't been given the replays. They're being hosted live for us one at a time. And as you can see, he's currently down 1. So we'll see how this series actually plays out for him.
Oh my god, that Zergling is still alive.
Of course he's alive.
Welcome to...
he doesn't have ranged units.
Yeah.
He should always... Yeah. Oh, no, he does, so...
Yeah, welcome to Protoss.
Sometimes, yeah, it's if you ever get a Zergling in the Protoss main, it's so beneficial because of the scouting info you get, as long as you control it properly. Because when I usually don't lose them to solids or probes, because they're melee units, and they walk the same speed as you, more or less, so it's only when the Sentry or Stalker comes out, which is also a tell on what they want to do. So he had a Sentry, and that tells me he's not going for like a aggressive attack right away. He could be going for like an 8-8, but at the same time, my Overlord on the side, the scouts at third base restarted. So I'm thinking he wants to catch up by just droning up himself, by making probes and chrono boosting probes non-stop. So what I do now is I focus just on getting my third base saturated. That way I can get a powerful three base economy going, and then I decide what to do from there. Because I'm thinking after getting the three base, I can do something like take a fourth because he has a third, or I can and then go to like infestation pit for infestation pit tech or hive, or just go for like a roach push or a hydra push or a roach hydra push or like muta. See, you have so many choices because ZVP. Pretty much every unit you can pretty much go for like every unit that you want in the Zerg arsenal just because of how diverse the matchup is. But as of this game, I'm thinking I'll just get ranged and get a Hydra then, just in case I try to do like a surprise 2-star gate or something. Because versus me in Red Bull Atlanta, he actually proxied 2-star gates on the side by my third. That's the first time I played Nimbus in a tournament match too. What a sour taste right there. Like he went proxy 2-star gate and chrono boosted 4 oracles and caught me totally off guard. In the third match for Red Bull Atlanta, that was I lost that game in the end because he scouted my Nidus like 1 second before I finished. But yeah, that was see, like versus Huck, everything goes wrong. But this game, the early opener just allowed me to make my economy pretty much undisturbed. He tries to do like a fake push right now. It's fake because there's no way you can drone up your third base's Protoss and still go for a gateway all-in. That's why...
Well, there's no way you can drone up a third base's Protoss anyways. They make probes.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
They make SCVs for the third.
He's like, okay.
Shut up, Rifkin.
When they make SCVs for the third base, they can't attack you with this. That's why he just did that to try to force units while taking up the Colossus, which is what he's doing. However, I just made the Lings to make sure I scout when he's moving out, and he was scared because Zerglings are so fast that he doesn't want to get caught out in the open by 50 Zerglings. He might lose all the sentries, and then he has no way of defending. However, I'm rallying Hydras at the moment he has no splash damage. So what I do here is I don't want to lose all my units for free. I'm just going to poke carefully at the rocks to have more surface area when the fight needs to happen, especially in Photon Overcharge. So I keep most of my units in the fog of war for him. That way he doesn't know how much I have. And just work on the rocks a little. You see, you don't have to panic. You go back to inject. And he's trying to poke back and forth, trying to bait me into going in with some of my units and then getting force fielded. I only have a very small amount of Hydras attacking the rocks. And at this time I'm up 50 supply. I'm just Hydra lane versus gateway units. I'm going for a Hydra lane timing.
Oh, nice snipe with that mothership core.
Yeah, I got up the ramp partially. That's why I decided to go for this attack, because I have a really wide arc of engagement. The Hydras, happy Hydras if they can do that. So even with force fields, just doesn't have splash. It doesn't have ranged units to deal with the Hydras.
And even with Colossus, if it comes in though, it's gonna have the same range as your Hydras too. So engaging this can be a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, without Colossus range, he's gonna have a hard time dealing with this. I split some of my
God,
Hydras.
this base is going down so fast. He's not even gonna let it go down. GG.
Wow, GG.
Alright, so tied up now 1-1. We will go to game number 3 between Hendralisk and Huck. Man, you're really good at playing the game and commentating at the same time. It's almost like you're a streamer or something.
I'm actually, I actually realized when I played the Red Bull qualifiers that day when I was last streaming, I stopped commentating because I wanted to win, and then suddenly it got so much better. So I'm pretty sure.
This is the real reason why you get held back.
Like when I commentate my ladder games, I didn't know it was such a big impact, but I guess it is because when I stopped commentating, everything was just more clear. I could focus better.
Yeah, well,
Speaking
I
of
mean,
impact,
yeah, should I do 2 things at a time? Yeah, I just saw that as I tabbed out here. He's the one of the ones that gets through Red Bull, so congratulations to him. That's pretty awesome, actually. But yeah, for those who don't know, I only bring this up as a bit of a segue to try and sell you here, man. Hendralisk does stream StarCraft2 a bit. He's been doing it more and more over the last couple of months. It used to be like once in a blue moon we'd see him, but if you're enjoying hearing him talk about the game right now as we go over his own games, guys, this is very similar to what you find on his stream. So if you do enjoy hearing this, Fear Dragon just links in chat, twitch.tv/Hendralisk_, because he's got to be cool like that.
I think I made a Hendralisk go without underscore, then I forgot the password, and instead of trying to recover it, I just made a new account.
I have one of those too. That's my Team Liquid. I just started using Base Trade TV as my main account because I don't remember the password to Rift King.
Well, what you should do now is password recover and use Twitch's new feature, hosting, and you can just host your actual channel, and it'll just always show up there.
Too far gone, man. I don't.
Hosting. Oh, I saw that earlier on Caitlin's stream.
Yeah, you can like /host other channels. It just overlays your chat on them. It doesn't really change anything else. But okay, we're gonna hop into Overgrowth, guys. Game number 3, tied up 1-1. We'll see you guys in a sec. So like how oh we're just watching other games while streams while this is going on.
Yeah.
I like how you say in chat real quick before we get into this. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit sick, you know, so I can't speak too enthusiastically. I don't think you've ever listened to your own stream, dude, because this is really not too much different than when you're normally commentating. It's
not like worlds apart, but it's still even. I mean, if I can realize it, then it has to be different.
Nah, man, I couldn't. I wouldn't know the difference if you if you didn't tell me you were sick.
Wow, I'm talking like all whisper, like all serious.
You've gotten better since the beginning of when you came on.
Yeah, okay. let's pop these juices real quick because Huck is open with cannons. We'll see if he puts the pylon over here or over here. Spawning the bottom left corner of the map from Complexity. Sound Blaster, Raid Call, whatever. It is the light blue Zerg player Hendralisk.
And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand corner of the map, representing Team Evil Geniuses. It is EG's Huck.
Boo's the villain. It's like the Karate Kid. So this is kind of interesting. Huck did a lot of cannons last season of Copa America, and on this map specifically.
Every game.
Well, yeah.
That he can.
Yeah,
like
but I mean, like specifically on this map, every game it was the pylon over here and the cannons to the left. You know, have you fallen prey to that yet? Has that ever been an issue for you on Overgrowth?
I lost to Huck on ladder once when he cannon rushed me, so I never go hatch first versus him anymore.
Just so one time. You're like, never again.
Yeah, never again.
Wow, dude.
Oh my god, that's such a severe reaction.
Right? Like, if you lose a couple times, you're like, okay, I've learned my lesson,
no,
but...
there's no couple. The first time is...
Exactly. You're just like, nope, cut my losses right here.
Same thing with Deadwing and Foxtrot. The first time I played on this map, I knew they were god-awful, and I just vetoed them permanently.
Yo, I love actually, you know what, okay, objectively, I also hate those maps.
Zerg. That's why you like them.
Yeah, I'm a Terran, but I was gonna say objectively, it's like as a just like as commentator, streamer, whatever. I found some of the most entertaining games have honestly been on Deadwing. And I'm not talking Terran versus anything. Like even some of the ZVZs, because it really brings back that Yansu base layout, and I really loved that map.
Well, no, it's like how Alter Zim came out, and every single player hated Alter Zim, but
except Protoss players.
Some of the yeah, except well, no, even Protoss players would complain about that to me, but like
Protoss players always complain.
But you'd still see like really fun and cool games if you were a commentator. Like players hated playing it, but there were some really cool games on Alter Zim Stronghold.
Yeah, people, once again, I guess we forgot to announce this at the intros. This is a replay, guys. All the games in this group were played through replays. We haven't been given the replays. They're being hosted by the admins one at a time, so we don't know the spoilers. It's a rare opportunity. We're capitalizing on it. Hendralisk is on the cast. Obviously, he's not playing the game right now and talking. He's good, but not that good.
Or he would be capitalizing on something else.
Yeah, like, oh, what's Huck doing for me, guys? Oh, he's a 4. Okay, let me just repair to that real quick.
He's making a dark shrine, you say?
No, he only does that sometimes, but not from Forge Expanse.
Okay, well, you got your third on the way here pretty nicely. I mean, it's overgrowth. You kind of have to take that quicker third. There's really not a lot, unless you're cats.
Especially versus Forge Expand, you always want to take a third. There's no reason to stay on lower economy if you can, because Forge Expand is really passive, guys, so that means there's no way of Protoss to deny you droning up your third base. And if you don't drone it up, you're going to mine the same amount as Protoss, which means you're going to get boned later on.
Okay, well, Zealous actually comes a bit of strife for you here. You know, actually, just ask you a question real quick. While we're casting the big one, Life ended up taking the gold base really quick. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's really far away. It's not like Habitation. It's so far away.
Where's who?
Ugh.
Oh, Protoss?
Yeah, probably. I think
no. Journey.
Was it Jade on Journey? Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know, dude. I've been casting
it's not like
too long.
Yeah, I take the gold sometimes too versus Forge Expand, not versus Gateway though.
Well,
versus Forge Expand you can do it. Yeah. Like versus Huck, I always screw up.
Yeah, why are you so awful? Yeah. This blood splat, dude. It's like art for Hendralisk.
Rusted drone too.
Oh my god, what are you doing? You're falling apart here. Maybe you should stop commentating and start working on the game.
Pulling my hair out at the same time. Finally I get a surround and a Zealot, but it's not worth losing a queen and some drones and some Zerglings. It's just look at
please don't lose the Overlord. Oh, you saved the Overlord. Okay, that's pretty good.
Huck's going for like a 6-gate after this with an Oracle for some reason. It feels like a troll build, but I guess Huck does it because he's Huck. But yeah, I didn't even realize the Oracle here.
Yeah, the Oracle I think is gonna work out pretty well. It clears Lings way better than Zealots will. So
usually when you open Stargate, you're not going for like a gateway all in at the same time.
That is true. I mean, I've seen a couple 3 gates behind it, but not really a 6.
She's actually trying to take a third, but with a 6 gates. So weird.
Yeah, you call it a troll build, but it's looking like it's working pretty damn well.
Yeah, it looks.
I said it looks like a troll build, but given how the game played out so far, it's going pretty well. He time warps me. I'm kind of curious here because I'm thinking that's not a void ray. We don't do that well versus roaches, and he only has like a few stalkers. Then I realized he started warping in 6 at a time. That it wasn't just a light pressure. That's why he time warped me too. So I go back to fight with the Spore and the Queen if I can, just so that I get some extra support versus his air units. Yeah, the current time I'm just making roaches, and then when I run out of gas I make Zerglings, because there's nothing else you can make. So I think I push back most of his units. It's just off creep, especially versus slow Zerg units, the stalkers can kite so long. I think he's going to target fire down my queens just because they're really weak. I think I target fire stalkers, so get something out of that. However, not the best situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the scary thing about roaches. Like, if you can retain enough of them, you start getting that really nice snowball. But as we can see, under a little bit of duress here.
Especially because I lost my queens. If you lose your queens as a Zerg player, you can't inject. If you can inject, everything you make is so much slower than like a chrono boosted gateway or chrono boosted Nexus production for workers. Huck's still warping in. I thought he could just go home, but he's Huck and just makes some units nonstop. This
is where you should just alt chat and say go home. You should have told him. Like, maybe he didn't know to go home. That's why he's just walking back and forth. He's totally lost and confused.
I like this Zergling movement though. Are you trying to go just like for a flank, or are you maybe just anticipating that he was going to be going home soon?
I was going for the pylons. Sometimes Protoss players make pylons along the way, like they leapfrog it.
Oh yeah.
I also sniped the probe at his third to be annoying, but I think the damage has been done because right now he's ahead on workers like in the first game. So what I want to do here is make a really big counter push, Oracle greedy, and try off really hard.
Here comes that burrow again. I mean, I really like the use of burrow a lot of the time because you don't see those early oracles, but Huck's also, well, gonna drive you back here.
Yeah, Huck only has gateway units for the time being. He actually makes a void ray.
That's Huck though. I mean, really, it's like the king of gateway units.
Yeah, you have to change your playstyle when you play against players that are very unique.
Yeah, so actually speaking specifically that, you go over the earlier push for the roaches and I get that, but like why not just try and skip ahead to the hydras? Gonna take too long, too expensive? What's the thought process here?
I don't know, versus Huck I just derp. So here, once again, like the first game, I get some roaches caught for free. You never want to give away roaches for free, and they're pretty much for free if you ever get force fielded against Zealots. Because Zealots don't cost gas, so I just do what I can with the trades here before backing off completely, like sniping a Zealot or a Stalker or something. His army isn't that fast, that's why he's not chasing me any further, just because he doesn't want to overcommit as well, so he's just making Void Rays at home. You can't go wrong with making Void Rays. Well, in this situation anyways. I'm making more Queens because I was afraid of him going for like a Stargate all-in, which he might still do, who knows, because his third is so late. I didn't even see him take the third. He has 1,000 minerals.
Yeah.
I would just like to confirm in chat real quick, sorry to interrupt. I did not give Hendralisk a throat disease by kissing him. If you guys could stop that, that'd be cool.
I may have been promoting that idea.
Thank you, Fear Dragon. You're so helpful.
That's funny.
But I love that Hendril is like you keep
my
denying
name is Zombie Grub.
Oh
Yeah,
boy, this is she's not here. I'm gonna get in trouble. I can't even commentate on anything related to her.
So
you must be feeling pretty good though, right? Like knowing that the third still has not been taken.
But from the damage I took earlier, it's the least I can do.
I mean, you've gotten up to that 66 drone count. It's kind of nice. Taking the gold, if you can get away with it,
except
cool.
You want to get this drone count like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
the problem is, even if you do manage to get in here, well, it's mostly zealots. You know, a couple good sentries lock you into Void Rays. Prismatic alignment pops off, you lose your whole army. Oh, nice burrow in one.
Plus 4 roaches there again, just because I wasn't careful with poking up. Anytime you poke up a ramp, you got to be extra careful versus every race, because you can get trapped and then you get burned. And here I actually got sloppy again. So look, versus Huck, I make all these really bad mistakes
Yeah, just
that I probably shouldn't. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, even if I lose the Huck, it's only ZVZs, and there's no way I can lose ZVZ. So that's fine.
Yeah, your ZVZ is looking pretty good. This is, of course, the winners match, guys. So to explain real quick, being what it is, if he loses this, he goes down to fight the winner of Gem Rising versus Shakti. And he already beat Gem Rising 2-0.
Yeah. Huck actually canceled a gateway because he's thinking, I can't afford this many gates. Only 10, not 11. Actually, how many does he have? Let's see.
That's very conscious as a protest player.
Oh, he actually has 11.
10.
So that was the 12th.
Yeah.
No, he's 11.
11.
You gotta
Okay,
add production into it, Fear Dragon. Math is hard, dude.
I know. I thought I was being slick and using
Don't
the
you work with like
stat.
numbers for a living? I mean,
I write programs that do numbers for me,
okay.
so I don't actually do numbers.
I'm liking the gold base, but I'm liking the hive tech a lot more. Do you go for the Vipers in this situation?
I want to, yeah, because there's ultras aren't too meaningful and they're too expensive. Vipers complement the Roach Hydra based army very well.
Did you just say the Roach Hendra based army?
Did I? Okay, so Huck.
Well, I mean, it's technically correct.
Huck did not make any probes for the longest time. But
No, hang on. We need to go back to this. Do you actually go Hydra's Hendras?
No.
Okay.
It's just your ears had a problem from Fear Dragon kissing your ears.
Guys, Roach is dying.
Who cares? No, I'm busy fighting with Hendralisk. 1 sec. Because, like, that's pretty egomania. I mean, like, I didn't get Hendralisk from Hydras, but to actually apply it back to the Hydras?
No. Once again, that's your ear problem.
Okay, so, yeah, the ear infection I have from my throat. Right. Gotcha.
Hendrils, actually, serious question.
Fear Dragon kissing your ear.
So, serious question, though. Like, you're buying yourself a lot of time with these roaches, but you've, like, lost a lot of roaches. But you're still, like, almost maxed out. Are you okay with losing those roaches?
I'm replacing the roaches with Hydras.
Yeah,
so it's
trading
better
out
for
supply.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think... Did I get Hydra range? Can someone check?
Yep.
Oh, I did.
Group
Okay,
spines,
so watch
man.
this big battle. Look at this. I'm maxed. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm just going to attack. Or I'm just going to defend this. However, he's maxed on an army with 50 probes. And even though I just have Hydras, he force fields all day with the in-game map editor right here. And somehow he comes out ahead versus me. Maybe it's the upgrades. He's 2-0, I'm only 1-0. If I were 2-2, maybe I could have took the battle. I thought I was maxed, I could take it. At the same time, I did a run by at his third.
I don't know,
I was really surprised.
I think that's kind of the problem, though, because you sent all your roaches away. There's no health pool for those Hydras, right? I mean, Hydras are good, don't get me wrong, but with 80 health, they still go down to Void Rays, which is kind of frustrating, because you think Hydras would be the auto-counter to Void Rays, but as we see, Void Rays work pretty damn well versus Hydras.
Especially Stalkers, too, and Sentries and Zealots that Hydras are shooting at. Hydras are pretty much just a Marine in terms of health, but it's like a Marine got two combat shields. I killed the economy at his third, pretty much, like 12 probes or something. However, those roaches weren't in the battle.
Yeah, it's at the cost of everything you have at home.
Yeah.
So he barely won with some units left over. Well, not like barely, but it was pretty even for the most part.